circle. All right. That work? Someone let me know if that works. Hey, we got someone else over here today. Yahoo! I can't see. Don't get me wrong. I'm not ignoring you people over here on Instagram. It's just that this is not quite working right? Because I can't see questions. I can't see who's here. I see Paul. Okay, so. All right, Al. Is that working now? Is this working on YouTube? Yes, no, maybe? Okay, it's up. All right, let's get this going. So, for you guys over here on Instagram, you guys over here on YouTube, this screen right here is actually live on YouTube. And that'll be at the 10minutetrader.com. What's up, Jim? Nice of you to show up. Nice of you to stop by. All right, all that being said, let's get ready. All right, so Intel, I'm not really liking it because they don't have a dividend for another 6 weeks. All right, do you do cash secured puts? Flip and fix? No, I do, but not here on this channel, not with this trading strategy. Okay, remember, this trading strategy is supposed to be simple, safe, predictable, consistent, all that kind of nice, neat stuff. It was originally created for my 9-year-old daughter. Once you start putting in cash secured puts, it gets a little confusing. It's no longer simple. All right, so we're going to cross off Intel. Let's take a look at Marvell. Okay, Marvell, because we looked at that this morning, and we actually bought some of that. Whoops. MRVL. Okay, Marvell has its dividend coming up on the 11th of April. 11th of April. So that's not next week, it's the week after. So it's in 2 weeks. Hey, where's Mrs. James? She's in the other room, just chilling, hanging out. I made a nice dinner. She got home at 3 minutes of. So I said, honey, terribly sorry. You're going to have to eat dinner on your own. So it is what it is. All right, so Marvell has its dividend coming out, 6 cents, 2 weeks. Let's see what the numbers look like. They look pretty good this morning. Matter of fact, I bought some this week, MRVL. Okay, so the last trade today was 68.26. 68.26 was the last trade today. Bid 68.35, the ask 68.70. The closest one is going to be the 69. Look at that, 69 for next week. All right, we're not looking at this week anymore because we only get 2 days left, Thursday and Friday. The premium probably ain't that good. For the 69, it's 64 cents. So, yeah, it's not really worth doing it for 2 days. So, for next week, it is $1.57. So, as long as the stock stays above 169, it's $1.57. But let's take a look at those 68 because I would prefer myself to do the 68 rather than. Is JC coming back to join the family business? I did talk to her. I did talk with JC yesterday afternoon, and she was going to stop by yesterday. So she said she didn't guarantee it. She said I might, because she's in a new relationship with this new guy, and he takes really nice care of her. And I actually like the guy. Okay, so I like the guy. Hopefully things work out. We will see, because you can't pick your children's spouses. Option on SPY. Douglas, thanks for stopping by. I don't do options on SPY. Sorry. Okay, only because SPY doesn't pay dividends. I don't think SPY pays dividends. Anyway, let's take a look at Marvell. MRVL. Alrighty. So, Marvell, a year ago, okay, 41.28. See that? 41.28 a year ago. Went sideways for about 2 months. Gaps up. I love a gap up. Look at this. Gaps up. And look at this. The gap filled over here. So gaps have a tendency to fill. She gaps up, and then she filled. All right. Jumps up to a trading range between 57 and 64. Kind of goes sideways. Dips back down. Fills the gap. Okay. Fills the gap. Kind of goes sideways. Now let's take a look at the last 90 days. Now 90 days ago today was the day after Christmas. Okay, so 90 days ago, we were at 60.66. Okay, we dipped down in about a week. That made the bottom of 55.63. Okay, for the bottom. Now, just this trading range here between 65.50 and 71. Goes sideways for a couple of months. Shoots on up. Gets a 30-day high on the 7th of March, which was a couple of weeks ago. Okay, your high right there. Let's take a look at the last 30 days. Oh my God, what was that? I heard something pop. I just went like that. Wow, this getting old stuff's not for everyone. I hate when that happens. You know what I really hate? You ever pull a muscle while you're sleeping? You wake up in the morning, it's like, oh, I got pain. Yeah, pulling a muscle while you're sleeping. That's telling you're getting old. All right, so 30 days ago, we opened up 68.33. The top was 85.76, and that was just 2 weeks ago. Okay, 3 weeks ago. Okay, 3 weeks ago was the high for Marvel. Okay, she drops down, finds a new bottom last Tuesday. Okay, last Tuesday on the 19th, and that was 63.46. We're going sideways a little bit. A nice update today. I like updates. Now, what does the seasonality look like? Now, for those of you who don't know what seasonality is, well, you kind of do know what it is, but let me explain to you what seasonality has to do with the stock market. Okay, you have January 1st to December 31st. Now, we all know spring, summer, winter, fall. We all know that. Well, seasonality when it comes to stock market is how does a stock react to the calendar? Well, what does that mean? Well, beginning of the year, Weight Watchers go up. Why do you think? Okay, beginning of February, Hershey stocks go up. Why do you think? Okay, really? March oil stocks. Why? Well, because people buy oil from June all the way up into November. You can fill up your tank anytime you want, but we all turn our heaters on in November. And what happens by March? Your tank is empty, time to refill it again. The oil goes up in tendency in March and April. All right, other stocks have a tendency to move. You got certain stocks that move up when the kids go to school, certain stocks that go up when the kids come home from school, certain holidays, certain events that happen on a consistent basis. You got the what do you call it? The fourth quarter season, which you have all the big holiday season. Stocks have a tendency to move up, directly related to seasonality. What time of the season is it? Well, that's what this chart is here for. The blue represents this year, how stock has moved this year. Okay, January she went up, sideways, spiked up, right back down. We're right here, right in the beginning of the April, because April is just next week. Okay, so for the next 2 weeks, this thing is basically looks like it's going to go sideways. Now, that's not a guarantee. Okay, that is how has the stock performed over the last 10 years. That's 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017, all the way up to 2023. Hey guys, we just dropped below 100. Gonna share the video. Say, hey, come on down. Let's see what's going on. 96. Oh, what's today? Today Tuesday. Yeah, it's a Tuesday afternoon. Nothing really happening on a Tuesday afternoon. Learn something. Share the wealth. All right, so let's go back and take a look at the actual charts. I mean, not the charts, the numbers. Okay, so right up here, this is the trade grid up here. Tells you the last trade, what the bid, the ask, the volume, the open, the high, the low, all that interesting numbers. Up that 10-year chart. Yeah. Okay, so tomorrow morning, when we open up in the morning, 868.70. So what is the closest strike price? The closest strike price option is 69, and that's going for $1.57. So let's do a little bit of creative math. Get my calculator, clear this out of the way. 157, and we divide that by the purchase price of 68.70, 68.7, and that would be 2.28% for next week. Okay, so if we buy it tomorrow, if I buy it tomorrow morning, I sell somebody the right to buy it from me for just a little bit more than I paid for it. Okay, right now it's at 68.70. If I sell it someone to 69, I'll collect 2.2% for the week. All right, well, let's take a look at what the 68 looks like. Now the 68 I like better because it's in the money. Okay, so 68, I would actually be losing 70 cents. So the premium is $2.01. So we're going to clear this, clear that. We're going to take $2.01, and then we're going to subtract the 70 cents that I'm going to lose right off the top. 70 cents, and that would give me a grand total profit of $1.31. What is this stock? This stock is Marvell, MRVL. Can you show how you track trade per week so you can know what percentage you made? All right, Joe, you actually make your percentage when you sell it. Okay, so if I buy it tomorrow morning, okay, if I buy it at the market open tomorrow morning, I would simultaneously sell the premium, giving someone the right to buy it from me for the same amount. How do you track each transaction? Well, simple enough. We'll get to that in a second. So with a profit of 131 selling the 68, now let me explain to you why I like the 68. I'm going to divide this by 68. Now I'm not doing it by the purchase price, 68.70, because I've already subtracted that 70 cents off of it. Where's the 70 cents? All right, Jim, the 70 cents is right here. The purchase price, $68.70. Okay, so if I buy it tomorrow morning at $68.70, and I sell the strike price of 68, okay, I bought it for 68.70, I'm selling it for 68, I lose 70 cents. Okay, but I'm selling that premium for $2.01. Okay, so you take your 70 cents off of that, and that comes to 131 profit. So I'm gaining a $1.31 profit. It's not a lot, but it's 1.9%. See, I would prefer to do the 1.9% in the 68 because if the stock goes up, I make the money. If the stock goes sideways, I make the money. If the stock can even come down, I'll still make the money and be back into cash on Monday. I think you use TOS, but in case you have a sheet or XLS. Okay, Joe, I'm assuming you're talking about the tracking. Well, let's take a quick gander at this, Mr. Joe. All right, right here are the positions that I currently have. So what I do is I click on the first one, CMCSA, which is Comcast. I right click, and then I view the trade. Okay, so I bought 1,900 shares at 43.42. I sold the 43 call. It's currently at 42.48. Okay, so more than likely, I will bring that Comcast into the following week, and I will collect the dividend on. Covered calls on Marvell on Robinhood have different numbers than you're showing. Okay, I can't really take a look at Robinhood because my phone is right there. Okay, but usually covered call. Now, are you looking at the 28th of March, which is this Friday? This Thursday? Or are you looking at the 5th of April, which is next Friday? Connie D, what program are you using? It's not a program. That is a trading platform from Thinkorswim, which is part of Charles Schwab. Can you sponsor my college? I don't believe in college, so that would be against my personal preferences. I think college is a waste of money, personally, unless you're going to be a doctor or a lawyer, something useful. Most colleges are useless, in my humble opinion. Well, that one is, but this one's not right here. Okay. Okay, I have 5 different accounts, and yes, I do paper trade. Just in case you're wondering, what's the EX date you're using? Hold on, let's go back. The EX date I'm using is 5 April 24 on Thinkorswim. Oh, I did well via college, but got out without a huge debt. That's a good thing. That's a tough one, getting out without a huge debt. All right, so let's get back to what we're looking at. All right, so I like Marvell. I did buy some Marvell. Next one on the list is going to be JD. JD Incorporated. I don't even know what they do. To be totally honest with you, I have no idea what JD does. I don't even know what Marvell does. Pfizer, don't go to college. Do drop shipping. Oh, that's a horrible idea. Connie D. Give me $50 to trade. Christine. Was that Fred? Or was that Christine? Okay. Sure. Come on down and I'll have it ready for you. All right. So, where are we? JD. Look at JD. Where in this JD? JD, which is JD.com Incorporated. I have no idea what they even do. Okay, they have the dividend on the 4th, which is next week. It's Christine. How you doing, Christine? Where should I come to? Come to Boston. That's where I live, in the Boston area. Okay, JD has a 76-cent dividend. All right. Now, okay, the current trade is 26.35. The closest one is going to be the 26.50. All right. Now, let's put JD into the charts and see what the charts look like. JD over here. First thing I want to look at is the high, the low. Where was it a year ago and where is it now? Haha, Boston to come get, yeah, can't help you out with that one. Just bought JD last night. Should I keep it until the dividend? Well, Timothy, let's take a look at it. Okay, you ready? A year ago today was 39.39. The high of the year, 45.16. All right, a year ago, the high was just about a year ago. Pulls back, trades sideways, pulls back, trades sideways, pulls back, trades sideways. Okay, so let's see where she's bouncing off. The low of the year was January 22nd, right over here, January 22nd. Let's look at the last 90 days. Okay, 90 days ago today was 27.82. Hey, CISS was up nice today. I have no idea what CISS is, but did we take a look at that the other day and find out that it was a no? CISS. We'll take a look at it. All right, so the high of the 90-day period was the end of December, and that was 29.22. The bottom a couple of weeks later at 20.78. Now, the last 30 days, okay, 30 days ago today, we're right here, 23.76. A couple of days later, we have the bottom of the year, and that was 21.18. Okay, YTSL. I have no idea who YTSL is. YTSL. I'll take a gander at it. Why not? Now, the 30-day bottom was on the 5th. The 30-day high was right here. What was that? That was 28.53, and that was on the 13th. That was not last week, but the week before. From there, she goes sideways, dips down a little bit, was sitting at 26.36. Now, what does JD normally do? Well, seasonality tells us she normally goes this time of year a little bit to the upside and then sideways. Connie D, why? Okay, no monthly on which one is that, Connie D? Is that YTLS or YTSL? Okay, back to here we go. Now, currently we are at 36.26. Oh, sorry, 26.36. Okay, 26.36 was the last trade. 26.33, 26.35. Okay, the closest strike price. Okay, monthly. Closest strike price would be the 26.50, and that's going for 55 cents. That's almost 2%. Okay. I don't know what you guys are discussing in the comment section. Connie D, why not? Why not to what? Is this day trading? No. Caroline. Caroline? Fung Valley. No, not this strategy. Okay. I'm trying to figure out what you guys are talking about. Okay, so the dividend is next week, not this week, but next week. Okay, the premium for the closest strike price. What are the dividend dates for JD again? The dividend date is the 4th. The 4th of April. April 4th. It's next week. Connie, why not? Why is monthly bad? Monthly dividends? Connie D, I have no idea what you're talking about. Anyway, all right, so back to the trade. Okay, so if I buy it tomorrow morning at $26.35 and I sell the closest strike price, okay, the closest strike price would be $26.50. That's 55 cents. So let's see what it says in the math. Okay, clear, and that is 55 cents clear. 55 cents divided by the purchase price, $26.35. That's a grand total of 2%. I like 2%. 2% for the week. Let's see what the 26s look like. Okay, now remember, the 26s, we're losing 35 cents right off the top. So we're only bringing in 45 cents as a dividend, as a premium. Okay, 0.45, divide that by the purchase price, 26, not including that 35 because we already took it off. That's going to equal 1.7. The confusion is options. Okay, Danny, we're doing what is called a covered call. That's where you buy the stock and you sell the option. Douglas, I love swing trades at week. Okay. Weekly, monthly. Nope, we do weekly options. Okay, weekly options only, using dividend stocks, weekly options only. All right, so I personally would prefer the 26. Why? Well, because the 26 is already in the money. So if the stock stays the same, I still make my profit. I'm back into cash on Monday. If the stock goes up, I still make my cash on Monday. The stock can even come down a little bit, okay, as long as she closes over 26 by Thursday next Friday. Okay, so I make my 1.7%. I'm perfectly fine with that because you take 1.7573 and you multiply that by 52 weeks. If you can do it every week, that's 90% per year. I can deal with 90%. All right, so that's JD. I like JD. It is circled, and so isn't Marvell. Next one on the list is MSOS. Have you heard of Alan Sama? He wrote a book talking about this very option strategy. Well, interestingly enough, fix and flip, flip and fix, the stock market's been around for over 400 years. So when I first wrote my books 12 years ago, I got a letter back from the publisher. Well, a lot of what you're saying is repetitive. Did you take this from some other books? I said, this strategy has been around for over 400 years. Okay, so you buy the stock, you sell it, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, there's only so many words, but you lose the difference in what you paid versus the strike price. Oh, Secretariat, you weren't paying attention. Okay, the strike price. The stock price at this moment in time is $26.35. All right, if I do the $26.50, okay, this difference between the stock price purchase at $26.35 and the strike price $26.50, you're gaining an additional 15 cents and you're collecting 55 cents as a premium. Okay, but the stock has to go up above $26.50 to be back into cash come Monday. All right, now if you do the 26s, right, which is less than what you're paying for the stock, $26.35, okay, you are losing 35 cents. However, the premium you're collecting is 80 cents. So you take that 35 cents off of the 80 you collect, and you're still collecting 45 cents. So 45 cents is 1.7% for the time frame. All right, Yamzy is a monthly dividend of 29 cents. Not bad. Yamzy, I never heard of them. Y-A-M-Z. Okay, Mike, I appreciate that. We'll take a look at that in a minute. All right, Secretariat, did that make sense? Because it's all about the numbers. Okay, at the money right now is 26. You lose 35 cents right off the top. But the premium you're collecting is 80 cents. Okay, So you take the 35 cents off that 80 cents and you're collecting 45. 45 is 1.7% for the week. Yes, the number makes sense. There you go. All right, so next would be MSOS. What is that? MSOS. Oh, that was an ETF. Why was I looking at an ETF? I don't have dividends, so that's a no. HEL. Is that right? HEL? HEL. Helen of Troy Limited. Can't find that one. All right, this is a covered call. Sorry, I missed the initial part. Yes, Jimmy G. That's weird. My initials are Jimmy G also. Interesting. Well, that's what my mother calls me, Jimmy. My sister calls me Jimmy. Everyone else calls me James. But that's all right. I'll let it slide. Okay, ABT, Abbott Labs. Abbott Labs is not next week. Okay, next week is the first week of April. It's the week after, the second week of April. And that premium is going to be 55 cents. Maybe I misunderstood from yesterday between monthly dividend versus the option. And here and late. All right, Connie D. The dividend is the portion of the profits that goes to the investor. When you buy a stock, or when I buy a stock, I own part of the company. If I buy one share, if I buy a million shares, I own a part of the company. Now, when you hear them saying the profits or earnings per share, okay, earnings per share means how much do they make as opposed to how many shares there are. Now, if you own shares in a company that pays dividends, you get a portion of those profits, okay, because you own part of the company. That was the deal that was made in 1602 when they sold the very first dividend stock. Okay, you invest in the company, you get a portion of their profits. So for each share you purchase, you become a shareholder, or stockholder, however you want to call it, and you're entitled to, in this instance, Abbott Labs, 55 cents for each share you buy. Okay, ABT. Okay, and then when they give you the dividend yield, if I sell covered call, has bid, do I lose money? All right, iShare will answer that question. Hey, Joe, we'll look at NYCB in a little bit because I do have way too much of that. All right, so finish up, Mike. I think your platform must not be up to date because you're missing a lot of stocks. I don't know where you get that idea from, but okay. No bid on NYCB. iShare. Okay, wait a second. All right, iShare. No. All right, I'm getting lost in the conversation over here. you know. All right, let's take a look at Abbott Labs. So, to answer your question, if you own some stocks, the dividend is your portion of the company's profits. The option, okay, options came into effect in the 1970s. Sometimes you search up a stock and it doesn't pop up. Okay, how much days are your trades open? Oh, 5 days. Okay, I'll buy a stock on Monday and I'll sell the option that expires on a Friday. Ideally, I would like to be out Friday. Okay, buy it on Monday, sell someone the right to buy it from me with a call option, and then I will be out on Monday. Be back into cash buy it on Monday, hopefully sell it on Friday, be back into cash on Monday. Okay, I look for a safe, secure, predictable, and consistent 1% return per week. Yeah, so that's why I said your platform might not be up to date. Well, give me a stock symbol and I'll let you know, because I can't really go by what you're talking about, because every stock symbol that I'm interested in personally shows up. Okay, so if you give me a stock symbol that doesn't show up, it means there's something wrong with it. YTSL. I haven't even looked at it yet. YTSL. Okay. Can't find that symbol. So let's go over to Yahoo Finance. Isn't it just better to invest with how the world economy is being played, whatever conflicts are? Echo, I'm not quite agreeing with you. Do you buy contracts of SPY? No, I don't do SPY. No dividends. All right, well, let's take a look at it. Concerns arise. There's usually a company generating revenue. There's always companies generating revenues. Okay, YTSL. What he said? YTSL. Yeah, money doesn't disappear. It goes from one hand to another. So when you see stocks drop, that money goes somewhere. It doesn't just disappear. Oh my God, really? YTSL? That's a Tesla crap. It has no dividends whatsoever. So why the hell would I want to look at it? Okay, Tesla has not been around for 20 years. Or maybe they have. Historic prices. Come on, open up. Dividends only. Okay, that's why it's not showing up. Okay, it has no dividends. Okay, so why would I take a look at a company that doesn't have the title of the page is Dividend Income for Weekly Cash Flow. What companies do you buy? Well, I buy a whole bunch. Okay, Dividend Kings, Dividend Aristocrats, Dividend Champions, Warren Buffett's list. Right there is over 175 companies. Okay, between those four lists. Tesla and YTS are all different. Okay, Mike, I hear what you're saying, but you see what it says right here? TSLA. Tesla, TSLA, Yield Share Purpose ETF, YTSL. Okay? I don't know how else you want me to word it, but when I put in YTSL into Yahoo Finance, it comes up to an ETF. I don't do ETFs. Moving on. Let's go. Let's move on. So YTSL is a big fat no. All right, now, for any guys want to suggest something, please do me a favor. Make sure it has dividends, number one. Make sure it has increasing dividends, number two. And make sure it has weekly options. It'll save us a lot of time, and we can look at a lot more stocks. Okay, I'm pretty sure CISS is probably going to be the exact same thing. Oops. CISS. Don't waste your time. All right. Hey, Al, just showing up. How about HIBB? Okay, CISS. All right, whoever mentioned CISS, that's a penny stock. That's a flat out no. Okay, the part of dividends and increasing dividends. Jimmy G, what does dividend do? Assuming you get paid a dividend once per quarter. Yep. Okay, what are dividends? Isn't the same as of contracts options. Oh, wow. I share. You're from Boston? I'm in Marshfield, which is just south of Boston. ORC, we'll put that down. ORC. Now, just to let you guys know, we're into March, almost into April. Okay, I've been doing this for quite a while. All right, I've been doing live for 2.5 hours every single night for almost 90 days. Okay, out of all the stocks you guys have suggested to me, only 2 of them came on my list. DG's on the list. We'll take a look at that one. Dollar General. All right, before we do that, I love Marshfield. No, Marshfield, not Mansfield. Okay, Mansfield doesn't have beaches. Doesn't have the Marshfield Fair. ORC only monthly. Thanks, Sean. Okay, ORC is a no. I don't do monthly options. They just don't pay enough. Fascinating football fan. Thanks for that. All right, so ABT, yeah, why at TSL? No. All right, we'll do CVS. CVS, you guys all heard of CVS, right? They have their dividend coming up in 3 weeks. Okay. The 19th. And how much is that dividend? The dividend is 66 cents. All right, what do you think about Fisher Investments? All right, Chief, You got to give me a ticker symbol. HIB, H-I-B-B. H-I-B-B. Hibbett Sports. No dividend this month. No dividend March. No dividend February. No dividend January. I'm assuming they don't have. All right, Mike, Tesla's a no. OZK. All right, we'll take a look at that one. That's on the list. Okay. SPE, no. Thought they went bankrupt. OZK. HIB is monthly options. Yeah, well, HIB doesn't have dividends, Al. So HIBs is a no. Okay. SRE. SRE. All right, Chief. Just quickly, Chief. Make sure the stocks your suggestion have dividends and weekly options. SRE's monthly options. Thanks, Al. All right, Chief. SRE is a no. Sorry, dude. All right, next on the list, CVS. Okay, CVS. CVS. Now, we all know what CVS is. Every major city has one. Okay. Uh-oh. I gotta plug in. Okay. Yeah, last night my battery died and everything just turned off. And we have juice. All right. How was your dinner, honey? You did. Good for you. Oh, and there's cookies in the oven.
Not for
long. How are you, John? We're doing good over here. Hey, thanks for that, Al. I think you have that saved. You just pop it up there and it just pops up. Okay, CVS. The last trade was 79.32. Ooh, check this out. 79.32 is the last trade. 79.62 is the bid. 79.69 is the ask. Who's going to be the first one to figure that out? Build a list by cross-referencing dividend. Yep, thanks for that, Al. Okay, both the bid and the ask are both higher than the last trade. So CVS. CVS. Ain't going to be you. A year ago today, CVS was at 74.07. The bottom of the year was in late November. Oh, wait a minute, late October. 64.45. Yep, you got that right, Wade. Hey, Lone Wolf. Nice to see you. Hey, Lone Wolf, if you want to chat after this, love to hear any new ideas you had on the drive home. Connie D, yes, he sells covered calls, which expire in 1 week. Thanks for that, Al. Okay, so 90 days ago, 3 months ago, 75.49. Okay, we had a high in the beginning of January. Okay, it works. High in January of 83.25. That's the high. Albert Louis, what about Walgreens? We'll put Walgreens on the list. That's WBA. I love Walgreens. I got 3% on Walgreens this week. You buy contracts of companies that the same week receive dividends. No, Douglas, just chill for a bit and you'll see. Okay, just chill. Watch what I'm doing. I look 2 weeks before the dividend. Gives it time for the stock to run up. I grab my 1% and get the hell on out. I don't really care about the dividends, but I will take them as a consolation prize, plan B, cherry on the top, however you want to look at it. It's not my primary concern. However, I do insist on increased dividends just in case the stocks go down and I have to hold them for a long time. So if I hold them for a long period of time, I want to be reassured that they pay dividends and consistently increase. That's why I like to do dividend stocks that increase every year for 20 years or more. All right, so 20 years or more of increased dividends. That way, worst case scenario, if the stock goes down, I don't sell it, because rule number 1, never buy something you do not want to hold long term, because you just might have to. Rule number 2, never sell at a loss. Rule number 3, make sure they have increased dividends for 20 years or more. Rule number 4, weekly options. Rule number 5, make sure all the numbers work. Not all covered calls give 1%. You have to search for good premiums. Absolutely right, Al. Connie D, okay, I was wondering why dividend stocks, but makes sense now. He's explaining. Now, Connie D, this trading strategy was created specifically for my 9-year-old daughter back in '08. Okay, in '08, she wanted to know what Daddy was doing, and she wanted to do it too. So I had a challenge. The challenge was it had to be simple so she could understand it. It had to be safe so she'd never lose any money. Okay, it had to be predictable. It had to be consistent. Okay, and then what was the other one? Safe, secure, predictable, consistent. But simple. It had to be safe, predictable, income sensitive, and no way she could possibly lose. Okay, so those are the 5 criteria I had to meet. And then I had the 5 rules. Number 1, never buy something you don't want to hold for a long time. Okay, because you might have to. Number 2, never sell at a loss. Number 3, make sure they have increased dividends. Number 4, make sure they have weekly options. That's what we want. We want weekly cash flow. And number 5, make sure the numbers work. Now, what I mean by the numbers, we're going to take a look at CVS in a second, and you'll see what I mean by the numbers. Thanks, Al. Al, you're right on the ball with all these answers. I can just go to the bathroom now because I'm holding. I can go to the bathroom now, come back, and you can just take over. All right, Craig, thanks for following. Nice hoodie. You like that? Thanks. It was just sitting there. I was a little chilly, so I threw it on. All right, so let's take a look at the last 30 days. Okay, 90-day high was 85.25. Sorry, 83.25. The 90-day bottom was 70.11. Okay, from there, look at the last 30 days. The last 30 days. Here we go. 30 days ago today, we opened up at 77.40. Yeah, thanks, Al. That's disturbing. But I thank you for offering. 30 days ago, okay, we started on a little bit of our profit taking. See? Starts to drop, finds a new bottom right there. From that bottom, look at the escalation from I think that's the 3rd or the 4th. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Nice. I love it. Okay? However, your 30-day bottom here, your 30-day high here. What do you think is going to happen right here? Okay? How far do you think it's going to go up before it starts taking profits? I like CVS, don't get me wrong. They've been in business for a long time. CVS in almost every major city. If you like CVS, look what the market maker did this morning. Okay, the market maker right here tried to take some of the profits away. Okay, he opened up this he closed yesterday at 78.98. He opens up this morning at 77.66. See, if I'm up here, he brings it down to here. He's trying to take some of the profits away. But nope, the buyers are saying, oh, hell no, we think it's worth more than that, so it keeps going up. Now, can it do that until next Friday? I personally don't think so. Okay, because you have all well, over here, you have all this escalation. It's not a profit until you take it. All right, now CVS doesn't have their dividend. What is CVS? Until April 19th, okay, which is 3 weeks away. So hypothetically speaking, there could be some profit taking, right? And then it can rebound to go back to the upside. That's what I'm thinking. But I'll keep CVS on the list, on the short list for next week and the week after. Connie D, BCE. Okay, Connie D, don't take this personally, but out of every suggestion, here's the thing. Okay, we got to talk. Hate that. Okay, here's the thing. Out of all the stocks that people have suggested me to take a look at in the past 90 days, only 2 were qualified to make the list. Only 2. So BCE, take a quick gander at it. BCE, it doesn't have a dividend coming up this week. Okay? And it's a monthly options. Okay? Those are monthlies. Those are not weeklies. Now I'll explain to you why I don't do monthlies. Well, first thing I want to look at, where's the high? Where's the low? Where was it a year ago? Where is it today? All right. Now, let's just isolate and zoom in the last 30 days. 26 right there. Okay, she's basically in a free fall. Okay. She got the bottom. She got a double bottom. Almost a triple bottom. Let me read them to you. Where can I find your stock list? You can find that in my user group. Okay. It has a triple bottom. BCE's got a triple bottom. You ready? Yeah, Sean, I saw that. Now I'm explaining why I don't do monthlies. 314. Okay, it was the 14th of March. A bottom of 33.54. Okay, the 22nd, 33.56. Yesterday, 33.54. Well, it hits it 3 times. It doesn't go past, it doesn't go below 33.54. So that's pretty good bottom. Now, yesterday was a green day, up day, and today's an up day. Okay, great. I like that idea. Let's take a look at the seasonality. What does this stock normally do this time of year? Oh, I like that. See that little jump up right there? I like that. Historically speaking, this stock goes up right there. That's exactly where we are. Right here, right there. Bring this over here. See that? We're right in the middle of an uptrend. Historically speaking. You can't mistake that for anything else. Okay, great. Let me explain to you why I don't like monthlies. Because I like the 1 year chart. I like the 90-day. I like the 30-day. I even like the seasonality. Tim, we'll take a look at that. Where is your user group? All right, Joseph Johnson. I'll get to that in a second. Let me explain why I don't do monthlies. All right, so my plan, my ideal is safe, secure, predictable, consistent 1% per week. Now, there's 52 weeks in a year, so that's over 50% per year. All right. I said yes to 3M. Okay, we're going to take a look at 3M. Okay, now, let's go back to here so we can see the numbers that we're actually looking at. Okay, right now, as of this moment, this stock's last trade was 33.87. The bid, 33.55. The ask, 34.03. So that means tomorrow morning I can buy it at 34.03. Okay, what is the closest option? Well, the closest option is the 34, which is right here. And that's 55 cents. All right, but I'm losing 3 right off the top. So I'm at 55 cents. I subtract 3 cents. I'm collecting 52 cents. Yeah, Al, I'm explaining why I don't do monthlies. 53 cents is what I'm collecting. That's my profit. That's over 1%. All right, so let's do the math. Okay, clear that. Got 53 cents. And I'm buying it for 34. Okay, and I come to a grand total of 1.5%. Okay, it looks good there, but here's the big thing. You see this little tiny number right there? Where did it go? That little tiny number right there says 24. That's 24 days until expiration. Okay, there's 5 days in a week. Okay, so 24, you divide it by 5, that's 4 weeks. So now I have to divide this number here, 1.5, by 4. It comes to a grand total of 0.3, not even 1%, 0.3%. That's, oh, wait a minute. That's not even, I can't even comprehend how small that number is. 0.3. Okay, all right, if you take $100, 1% of $100 is $1. Okay, 0.3% is 30 cents. Why would I do that? Yeah, it's 1/3 of a percent. That's why I don't do monthlies. Okay, now it's 1.5% per month. Now you multiply 1.5% per month, you're looking at 30% per year. That might be good for you, and you only have to do it once a month. But here's one of the other challenges I get. it is easier for me to predict what the stock is going to do in the next 4 days. So if I buy it on Monday, I can have a good idea what it's going to look like by Friday because it's only 4 days away. Okay, it's relatively easy. When you're doing monthlies, you're trying to guess what is it going to be like 4 weeks away. That's 20 days. A lot can happen in 20 days. So no, I don't like monthlies because the numbers just don't work for me. Okay, so I hope we don't have to really go over that monthly thing again. If it's a monthly and I say no, this is why I don't do monthlies. 1.5% for the month, great. That's like 30% for the year. I mean, is it 30%? 12. No, that's 18% for the year. That's even worse. Okay, I do safe, secure, predictable, consistent 1% per week. Okay, and that comes to roughly over 100%, 50% a year. Yeah, it totally makes sense. Thank you. So along right the line, just monthly, not weekly. No, 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 no. No monthly options. Only weekly options. This right here, this is a monthly. Okay? Like this. See these little yellow ones right here? Those are weeklies. Okay, right up here gives you the date. 28 March. That's this Thursday. 5 April. That's next Friday. 12 April. That's 2 Fridays away. Okay? Weeklies. All right, Mars. AMD goes down. Is it because they don't sell to China or something else? All right, Mars, I really can't help you out with that one. That's what I mean. BCE was a long right line, just had monthly options, and strategy is weekly. Yes, Connie, that's right, which makes sense. Thank you. All right, Connie, that's what I'm here for. I get that point. I'm at that point in my life where I feel like I should share what I know. I don't want to take it to the grave. I think other people should know this stuff, so I'm giving it away. I'm looking for people that want to join me every day. And someone asked, where do you find the group? Well, that would be, wow, I have all these windows open. Oh, is that it right there? Yep, right there. Okay, the website. Okay, if you go up here, right, where it says it has my little face right there, you click on that, it'll give you to a link. It says the10minutetrader.com. Okay, all right, we'll take a look at Lowe's. LOW. Just to let you know, I buy Lowe's every quarter. I appreciate you sharing. Hey, Kyle, thanks. Okay, so right here, the 10-minute trader. Right there, you click on that link right there. That take you over to Patreon, which allows you to sign up with the monthly, which is $100 a month. You guys actually get to look over my shoulder for every trade that I make, and then we get the questions and answers after that. Tell you everything you need to know. Let's go back to what we were doing. All right, appreciate you sharing, no problem. Josie, blah, 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 easy to predict movement. Yeah, absolutely right, Al. Al, you're like, awesome. Keep up the good work, Al. It's less things for me to worry about. That way we can take a look at more stocks. Next on the list is YAMZ. Who came up with that one? YAMZ. That's not even on the list. Okay. DG. Dollar General. I like Dollar General. Now, when are they paying their dividend? Do you hold the trade or you put out of them once you're done? All right, clip. What about CMA? Ooh, take a look at that. CMA. CMA. All right, clip index. Basically, what I like to do, I like to make all my purchases on Monday morning. Okay, I buy and sell an option at the same time. It's called a covered call. That way, you're buying a stock and selling the option at the same time. I collect the premium that moment. Okay, so I collect the premium right away. Now, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I monitor my positions to see what they're doing. Friday, very important day. 3:30, I sign in, and then I take a look at where my positions are, and I make adjustments accordingly. I'm looking for that safe, secure, predictable, consistent 1% per week. Okay, now we're looking at Dollar General. Wait a minute, when did they pay their dividend? Because Dollar General is on my list, so don't think, you're putting it in there and it's, you know, it's one that I don't know of. Do you ever do earnings? All right, Kyle, I've seen earnings that are positive where the stocks go down. I've seen earnings that are negative and the stocks go up. Breton, W, what strike do you sell? At the money? Well, Breton, I prefer in the money or at the money because that's the best, highest rate of return. Okay, I always go for the safest trade. Safe, secure, predictable, consistent. The safest trade there is. I prefer to go further in the money and still collect that 1%. Because if the stock goes up, I make money. Stock goes sideways, I make money. Stock can even go down a little bit, and I'll still make money. When you sell at the money or out of the money, the stock has to move up to be back into cash. Now, I don't want to be holding stocks. DJT, yeah, I'll probably buy some of that only because I look for stock appreciation, and that should do some. APA, it's Yasmin MZ. It's a Amazon yield share. Yeah, I don't do ETFs. APA. Okay, how does your LLC save on taxes? Ooh. Uh-oh. I dropped my pen. It should be. Oh, I got another one. Good thing I have another one. Thoughts on DJT? Are we talking about the stock? Or are we talking about the man? That's an interesting question. Okay, so like a yield 7. Okay, that's not quite right. Oh, someone's full of themselves there. Both. Well, I don't want to get into politics. That's never a good thing. Al, you're asking, how's my LLC save you on money? Well, when anyone ever mentions anything about taxes, I always tell them you need to talk to a tax strategist, not an accountant, or better yet, talk to someone at the IRS. You say, all right, how can I not pay taxes? Okay, how can I do this? How can I do that? How can I write this off? How can I write that off? Okay, because if you have an audit, you gotta love audits. Audits are telling you what you're doing wrong. Okay, all right, so how can I do it? Don't tell me I'm doing something wrong. Great, fine, dandy. How can I do it? Because there's always a way. Both. Comcast. All right, let's go over Comcast. Anyway, we already went over Comcast this morning, this evening. All right, we're on Dollar General. Let's concentrate on Dollar General. Dollar General has a dividend coming out. Not next week, but the week after. Okay, not next week, but the week after, Monday. Which means if you want to get the dividend on Dollar General, you have to buy it sometime next week or first thing Monday morning, one or the other. Excuse me. $153 was the last trade, so we'd be looking at the 152 and a half because the 155s don't work. 152 and a half, yeah, that's not going to work either. Yeah, the numbers don't work for Dollar General. Hey, Steve Nickerson. Hey, honey. Okay. Wrong, hey, honey. All right. Comcast. We'll put Comcast on there. CMCSA. Now, I like Comcast. What's your screening criteria? Mikey, my screening criteria is 20 years of increased dividends, okay, and weekly options. Then I'll go deeper and I'll look at the, cash flow, management, blah, 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 all that kind of nice, neat, fun stuff. Yeah, but I figure you got a 100-year-old company that's been in business for 100 years, increasing their dividends for 25 years or more. They've got to be doing something right, okay? Especially when you get the companies that are over 100 years old and they're consistently paying out dividends. They got to be doing something right too. Amy Matson, there are tons of brokerage sites. Is there any that you recommend? I like Thinkorswim. I've been using Thinkorswim for 15 years. It's the only one I know of that has a trigger trade. Now, the trigger trade is used for something other than this strategy. It's another strategy that I do teach, but not here. And it also has seasonality built in, and it also has the dividend calendar built in. Okay, I can look at earnings too. Where are the earnings? Earnings are right here. Okay. All right. See those blue and purple? Those are earnings. The green is the dividends. The blue and purple are the earnings. Okay, it has all, and it even has splits, has conference calls. It tells me what's happening in the company based on the calendar, so I can jump on in. I can jump on in and take a look at the stocks that are on my list. Now, the only stocks on my list are those companies that have 20 years or more of increased dividends, okay, have weekly options available, and they have the dividend coming up. Okay, I want to take a look a week or two before the dividend because there's an artificial price increase coming in to the dividend. I get my 1%, I jump on out, say thank you very much, see you again in another 90 days. Yield doesn't truly matter in this strategy. Timothy, no, it does not. But I appreciate the question. All right, so we're looking at this moment in time Dollar General. So let's take a look at the chart. Very first thing I want to see when I look at the chart is high, the low, what was it a year ago, and where is it now? See how long it takes you to figure it out. You ready? Right there, and there you go. High, low, where was it? Where is it? Not even 2 or 3 seconds. Okay, a year ago, Dollar General was at 207.10. Now we have a triple top in April at 22.73. A triple top means it ain't going any higher than that. She gaps down, goes sideways, gaps down again, hits a bottom in middle of October. Okay, and then just goes nice escalation from, let's isolate this one right here. Look at that. From there all the way up. Nice movement. Okay. Now, the last 90 days, which was 3 months ago, 90 days ago today, we opened up at 132.17. Nice. I didn't know TOS had that. I learn more every time I see you. Thanks. Hey, Kyle, I'm waiting for you to join up with the group, man. Come on in. We'll welcome you with open arms, and you can trade along with us. Always welcoming new people. All right, so 90 days ago, we opened up at 132.17. We have our bottom in the end of January. Isn't Dollar General under threat of mass class action lawsuit? Laurie, could be. I don't know. Is that a deterring factor for you? All right, if that's what you're looking at, what does a class action lawsuit have to do with Breton? How do I join the group? Breton, hold on to that thought for a second. Come up to here, Breton, to my bio right there. Click on that. That will take you to the10minutetrader.com, and it'll say live trading or Patreon, and you join up at Patreon. Yeah, right up here in the bio. BMY, Bristol Myers Squibb. BMY. I will take a look at that shark. You're new here. I remember that name. Okay, so we have our 90-day bottom on the 25th of January. From there, went sideways for a little bit. Now the last 30 days, right there. 30 days ago today was the 30-day bottom, okay? The 30-day bottom here. Look at the escalation from the 30-day bottom to the 30-day top, okay? If you didn't take your profits there, the market maker took them away from you. Took a lot of them away from you. I would like some help. Start with trading. All right, ST, come up here to my bio. That will link you to my Patreon and my website, the10minutetrader.com. I think it's right here. Hold on. Yeah. Okay. Here it is, the10minutetrader.com. Okay. If you're looking at your phone, this screen here is actually being live broadcasted on YouTube. You'll find it at all those links over on there. So as soon as you go on to my website, the10minutetrader.com, you'll see YouTube channel, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, podcast. I've been doing podcasts for about 4 years. Oh, LinkedIn, Patreon right there, TikTok, live YouTube, which is what we're doing right now, and the books I've written. Okay, the live trading right there, that's where you can join me Monday through Thursday. Monday through Thursday, 9:15 a.m. until whenever we're done. We usually end up around 10 or after we're all done spending money. ADP, I'm going to write that down. Hold on a second. Okay, now after we do most of our trades on Monday, because that's when we get the highest rate of return for our dollar. On Friday at 3:30, we jump on and we take a look at all of our positions to make sure we're getting the best fill trades, and we have to find out how the stock is going to close the week out. I'm going back into cash. Dude, most of us are working at 9 a.m. 101 Music, I can't help you out. I have no control over when the market opens. The market opens at 9:30. Okay? The President of the United States doesn't even stop the market from opening. It opens at 9:30, it closes at 4. You just tell your boss, say, hey, I need a 15-minute coffee break. How much of your account do you allocate for each trade? Well, I have 5 different accounts. Okay, each one basically the same. 20%, 20%, 20%, 20%, 20%. 98% of all my money is invested at all times. I grab my phone if I need money. I go click, 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 sell something, transfer the money to my debit card, and then you have it. Well, I transfer it. I use my credit card. I transfer it to my debit card to pay off my credit card. That way I don't have to pay fees and crap. So you buy 100 shares and they sell covered calls. What happens if they don't sell? Well, Joseph, you're new here. Okay, you're new to trading. So what happens is, let me go right here. Let's go back. Let me do this trade and I'll explain it to you as I do it. That way you'll understand. Do you always take profits? It's not a profit until you take it. Okay, nobody ever went broke taking profits. Okay, hold on a second. Sorry, I meant, do you allocate all of your funds to a single? Never. Never, never, ever. I made that mistake once, got burned. I lost more in 1 week than most people make in a year. Hold on a second. Honey! Okay, how does taxes work when you withdraw from your brokerage? That's something you need to talk with your tax strategist with. All right. Now, let me show you how that works. All right. So we're looking at Dollar General. Okay, I like Dollar General. Been going sideways for a little bit. Let's see what the seasonality looks like. Then we'll actually do a mock trade. I'm not going to do the whole thing because I don't have no money left. My money's tied up. All right, because we're in, what are we in? Tuesday? Is it Tuesday? Yeah, we're into Tuesday. Yeah. So most of my money's spent by Friday. By Monday. Okay, most of my money's spent by Monday. So Tuesday, I just look at the positions and see how they're doing. Wednesday, I look at the positions and see how they're doing. Thursday, same thing. However, this Thursday, we're going on at 3:30 just to make sure where our positions are so we can make sure that we make any adjustments that we need to. How do I deal with taxes? You need to talk to a tax strategist. Say I don't have a tax strategist. Well, last time I talk about taxes, I get a red flag, and I don't want to do that. You got to call a tax strategist. Say, how do I do that? Yeah, get one. Thanks. I can't invest in something that is operating unethical business practices. Okay, Laurie, can't help you out with that one, but I don't see how Wells Fargo, Bank of America, Ford, General Motors are unethical. It all depends on how you interpret or how do you categorize unethical. But everybody has their opinion. You can look at stocks. I'm new here. What is a good price to buy AIG? All right, you are new here because that's not a question I deal with. I only buy AIG when they're getting ready to pay out a dividend, so I can look at the dividend. Why are you here if you don't understand the strategy? Hello, Randall. Now, Jose, I'm assuming you're not talking to me because I understand the strategy. Okay, so let's look at Dollar General. On seasonality, all right? How does it normally move this time of year? Okay, this time of year, all right, look at that. You can't mistake that for anything else. I love that. Of course not you. Thanks, Jose. Hey, I tried calling you today twice. You DM me with your number. I called you twice. You didn't answer. Okay, now you really can't mistake this. Okay, you can't mistake that. I can get a third grader to tell you, oh, that's going up. Okay, that's historical performance. All right, so that's based on history. Does it mean it's going to do it again? No, it just means that's what it's done on average over the last 10 years. That's what the seasonality chart is for. If the covered call don't reach your price, do you just sell the stock on Friday? Well, Joseph, when I say it's all about the numbers, okay, when I say it's all about the numbers, we discussed that on Friday. We discussed it first thing on Monday to make sure that that it's a good stock. Because rule number one, never buy something you do not want to hold a long time. Connie, for your information, brings you here. Can't blame people for not knowing your strategy yet. I'm not insulting anyone. I'm here to teach the strategy. Okay, is the backwards? I have no idea what it means. For you page. Okay, Bigfoot. Is that chart backwards? I'm used to going left to right. No, the chart is correct. Okay, that's left to right. The camera is showing it right to left. Okay, now I have 3 cameras. So if I switch it, AT&T, we did that last night, horrible premiums. Okay, if I switch it, okay, now it's backwards for me. All right, so ask yourself the question, do I want it backwards for me? Because this one is right for you, that one and that one is right for me. So doing 3 different cameras and they're all looking different, just I have ADD and it drives me nuts. Sorry. All right. Yeah, but Bigfoot, you're right. Now, you're relatively new here because I remember that name. If you go onto YouTube, you can see on your computer that this is on your computer streaming live on YouTube. Oh, thank you for explaining. Yeah, I do it specifically this way because I got 4 cameras going. I got Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. I had Facebook, but the camera was crappy, so I just stopped doing Facebook. I have to get a new camera. I have one, but I got to get it set up. All right, so I like Dollar General. Okay, I have a nice dividend. Do you sell trading? Do you sell relating? Okay, that doesn't make any sense. Do you sell realting income ticker? Oh, yeah, that's a monthly. No. How do you decide your entry and exit price? Oh, Mikey, that's a good question. Randall, ever do big dividends like refi? If not, how come? All right, Randall, we'll take a look at that one. I'll explain you. Yes, thank you. This is great. Do this every evening? Yes. All right, Mars, you want to look at Tesla? Let me ask you a question. Does Tesla pay dividends? Uh-oh. Let me go backwards. I forgot. I didn't read that one. I don't do O. Oh, refi. R-E-F-I. Okay, now I'm assuming you're asking me about REFI, so you already know that it has dividends and it has weekly options. Absolutely right, Mars. Tesla does not pay dividends. So the title of the page is Dividends for Weekly Cash Flow. Joseph, how do I see your chat group so I can see your 13-week strategy? Oh, my chat group. Well, that is right here. Go to the 10minutetrader.com. This is the live chat group right here. It's not a live chat group. It's actually live trading. Okay, we get on a Zoom call first thing in the morning. I'm on, well, 3 of my trading platforms. So I trade 3 accounts, okay, every morning. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Friday, 3:30, half hour before the market closes. I want to make sure everything's going to work right. Let's go back to where we were. All right, let's stay on task. Looking at Dollar General, somebody wanted to see how the trade was actually done. APA is on the list, okay, but it's coming up. Okay, so the list is here. It's coming up. Refi is a monthly. Okay, so whoever asked about refi, no, it's a monthly. All right, on DG, that's a no. All right, Dollar General, it's $1.50. All right, 150.66 was the last trade. Okay, today's Monday. The last trade today, Monday, was 150.66. The bid, 150.12. The ask, 153.75. So if I buy it first thing tomorrow morning, I'm paying 153.75. Okay, most I can get is right here, the 152.50, going for $1.83. That's not quite 1% after you do all the math. Hey, honey, do you want to talk to Steven?
No.
No, he wanted to call you. He wanted you to call. Okay, so we're gonna end up. Sorry, guys. You guys on Instagram. We'll catch back you in a little bit. He texted about 15 minutes ago when I yelled for you. Sorry, guys. Her childhood friend. Yeah, kind of takes precedence over you guys. Sorry. But I'm sure most of you guys married or have this kind of relationship. You know how it goes. Okay, APA is on the list. And whoever wanted to look at REFI, REFI, that's a no because it's a monthly. We already went over why we don't do monthlies. Okay, so you wanted to know, someone wanted to know how you do a trade. If you're on Thinkorswim, all right, we look at the numbers. Okay, what is the last trade? 150.66. What is the ask? That's what I'm going to pay for. 153.75. So I go to the closest strike price. The strike prices are right here. Okay, 147, 148, 149, so on and so forth, all the way down. Closest one here is 152.50. All right, I change this right here. I go to covered stock. I look at the 152.50. I buy it right there, and everything automatically fills. Okay, so I'm actually selling 10 contracts. Okay, and I'm buying 1,000 shares, all in the same trade. That way, I only pay one commission. Okay. Now, I can do a market order, I can do a limit order, I can do a stop order. All this is explained as we do it in the live trading. No luck? Oh. Okay, so that's how we do it. Okay, every Monday, we do most of our trades. 90% of our trades. Uh-oh. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. I don't know how to use this. Okay, share. Yay, dividend investing. All right. Okay, done with that. Let's go back to this. All right, we're going back to it again. Sorry. I had to get Instagram up and running again. All right. Randall, if I join the group, can I just mirror your trades on Monday morning? Randall, I just show you what I trade, okay? And then you can ask whatever questions you want. Did the numbers work on DG? Well, we're going to look at that in a second. But Randall, you know, what the group is, you get to actually watch over, you can watch me trade, okay? And after I'm done with my trade, because I do a podcast every morning, okay? So as I do the podcast, which is the first 10 to 15 minutes, do the podcast first, actually do the trades live, and then after I'm done with the podcast, you can ask any questions you want. If you want to copy the trades, that's totally up to you. I do suggest you do your own research first, okay? Don't listen to what I say. Make sure you do your own research. If I'm buying IBM, okay, I'm buying IBM. If you want to buy IBM, that's your choice. It's not my suggestion. I don't suggest anything. I tell you what I'm looking at. It's all right, I'm looking at Comcast. Oh, I'm looking at Ford. Oh, I'm looking at Marvel. Oh, I'm looking at Walgreens. Okay, I own Walgreens. Okay, I got a bunch of Walgreens. If you decide to buy Walgreens, it's not me telling you to buy Walgreens. Okay, if you copy my trades, that's totally up to you. Okay, Austin, let's take a look at the numbers for Dollar General. Oh, okay, so here we are. Okay, so if I hit confirm and send, it gives you right here. Let me go to one contract because I think 10 contracts is a bit much for you guys, you know. Okay, so one contract. So I'm buying 100 shares of stock and I'm selling one contract all in one trade. Okay. I've been following a few weeks and really like your content. Well, Randall, come on down. You're the next contestant on The Price is Right. Woohoo! Johnny, tell him what he's won. All right, so taking a look at this. All right, I want to do market orders. I like market orders. It feels first thing in the morning. It gives me what the market maker has posted. Now, once I hit confirm, all right, it gives me the order. It says buy one covered DG. That's Dollar General 100. That is the weeklies. 5 April 24. 5 April 24. That is next Friday. The 152.50 call DG market order to open. Okay, that means that's what I'm buying. Now, before I hit that button and send, I want to check the numbers. Get my calculator out. My profit is going to be 372.50. Okay, 372.50. My investment, what those 100 shares are going to cost me, I divide that by 14877. That's 14,877. That comes to a grand total of 2.5%. So to answer your questions, yeah, DG, the numbers do work. All right, Wade, I've been doing this for 7 weeks with good results. Hey, Wade, do me a favor, because I'm putting together a new program. Okay, some of you guys might be interested in it. A new program which takes you from knowing nothing to knowing everything and being able to join me. It's all going to be a program, everything included. I could use a couple of good, what do you call those? Testimonials. Yeah. El Crypto Boy, the host has turned off comments. I have no idea what that means. What do you think about Fidelity's platform? All right, Randall, I really couldn't tell you about Fidelity's platform. Okay. There's an old quote. I don't know how old you are, but you might know it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Okay. I love Thinkorswim. It's everything I want. Count me in. Thanks, Timothy. How about TRY? I don't even know what TRY is. How about, all right, it has to be, all right, El Crypto Boy, it has to be 20 years of increased dividends. Hey, Jen, what's the JF quote you always say? We cannot answer the questions of tomorrow with the knowledge we possess today. So, I buy on Mondays. I have no idea what's going to happen on Friday. Okay, so that's why we look every morning. Okay, we get on. Thanks, Jen. That's it. Yep. Okay, so the live trading. Okay, I have a podcast. I don't know if you guys saw it, but I've been doing it for over 4 years. ABT. Didn't we ever look at ABT? All right. ABT. Abbott Labs. It's on the list. Hey, the real estate guy. Is Thinkorswim different now that it's under Schwab? Yeah, they took away some of the treats. Altria, M-O. M-O, that's a dividend king. Woohoo, I like Altria. I do. All right, so as I was saying, oh, yeah. So we do most of our trades Monday morning. Okay, I do my podcast. First 15 minutes is the podcast. After that, open questions. By the time I'm done with my podcast, almost everybody in the group is already all their money spent because I look at everything on the list. I'll give you a quick example. Let me get rid of this. All right, so yeah, in DG did work. The numbers do work. That's 2.5% for the week. All right, let's get rid of this so before I hit anything stupid. All right, so what I will do is I will take my, see, these are all my lists right here. I got like 10 lists. Let's take a look at Warren Buffett's list. Open that up right there. All right, MasterCard, Verizon, AbbVie, Bristol Myers Squibb, American Express, Globe Life. I will take a stock, right, on my list, find out when the dividend is, and I'll do the trade just like I just showed you. All right. First thing I want to see are the numbers. What am I going to pay? What am I going to buy it for? Okay. Then I look at what is the closest strike price. Is that going to give me 1% or more? If it gives me 1% or more, then I will look at the charts. And then I want to look at the 1-year chart, the 90-day chart, the 30-day chart, the seasonality. If all that works, then I crunch the numbers. What is it costing me? What is my rate of return? How do you get your podcast? Mike, right up here, okay, right in my bio, you click on my little face right there, Dividend Stock Talk, right there in the corner. That will bring you to the 10-minute trader, which is right here, okay? The 10-minute trader, which is right here, okay? The podcast, the social media right there. YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, podcast right there. LinkedIn, Patreon, TikTok, live on YouTube, and books by James. Okay, I've written 12 books. I'm getting ready to do a book number 13. Okay, book number 13 is going to be part of the new program with all this. I come up with some really cool shit. FM stock is goodbye. I have no idea. BP, British Petroleum. Do you normally sell the next weeklies or 2 weeks out depending on the dividend? I usually do on Monday. I usually buy on Monday. Okay, Monday, and I sell Fridays, 5 days. I want to be in and out, make my profit 5 days, be back into cash over the weekend. Then I start the whole thing over again. What am I looking at? Do I normally sell? All right, no, I'm only looking at next week's because there's only 2 days left for this week, so it's not really worth looking at. Weekly expiration is always before the dividend. Not necessarily. Do you give signals too? All right, Lovegood, I don't give signals. Okay, I take a look at the stocks. Okay, we take a look at the calendar. Okay, this is the calendar. All right, what dividends are paying out this coming up week? Okay, so let's go back right here. Okay, this is just one list I have. Okay, these are all the stocks on that one list. Okay, here, whoops. What did I do? Oh, I keep pressing the wrong button. That's one list. Here's another list. Here's the Dividend Kings. The Dividend Aristocrats. Warren Buffett's list. And companies over 100 years old. All right. Did you top up your trading account? I have no idea what that means. Stocks Aldo pays dividends. ALDO. All right, Love God. Did you take a look to make sure they have dividends and weekly options and the dividends have increased consistently for 20 years or more? Where are you getting that list? I've been doing this for over 20 years. That's where I get my list. It's called Experience. It's Katiana Asama. You guys want to be invited? Well, this is what I tell everyone. If you want to be invited to share the limelight, so to speak, I insist that you DM me. Okay, DM me with your phone number and I will give you a call. Yuri, hey, back again. How's it going, Yuri? Okay, yeah, so if you guys want to chat, DM me with your phone number. I will give you a call. You can ask people here in the chat whether or not I seriously call you. Ooh, while I'm talking about that, there are eight scammers pretending to be me. All right. If you come up here, look at my profile, you notice that I'm not following anyone. I got that tip from Calvin. What kind of account size is adequate for this strategy? Mike, you can start it with anything. Another beautiful day. Can't complain. Way to go, Yuri. Hey, Art of Trading. Way to go. All right. So as I was saying, there's 8 people pretending to be me. So if you get a DM, a message, an email, or anything saying that I want you to send me money and I want to help you invest, it doesn't work that way. I personally tell you, you want to talk to me, DM me with your phone number. I will call you. I love talking to people on the phone. All right, so questions, DM me. But seriously, there's 8 people pretending to be me. All right, I've already had 2 people tell me that they got scammed out of money from someone pretending to be me. I don't do cryptocurrency. So if I'm gonna text you and say, "Oh, I got a great crypto idea," no, it's not me. Okay. Okay. You check out here. Always look at how many followers. If I'm texting you and you see I have 10, there's some guy out there pretending to be me. He's got 20,000 followers. Okay, good for him. He's passing along the message, but it ain't me. If you keep your profile on private, they won't be able to follow or message you. My profile's not on private. I cuss at them. Is the goal to continue to hold the contract and collect the premium over and over again? Go-Kart Mozart. Ooh, Go-Kart Mozart was checking out the weather chart, seeing if it stays safe outside. And a little early whirly keeper. Here's a girl asked me if I needed to run that. Cool. I wonder how many people know that came from that song, Blinded by the Light. All right, anyway, Go-Kart Mozart. No, the idea is buy the stock Monday morning. Collect the premium Monday morning, okay? Have the stock be in the money by Friday and be back into cash over the weekend. So you can do it all over again on Monday. Okay, you got that? All right, so where are we now? What are we going to next? Where do we go from here? That's another verse from a song. All right, where do we go from here? Now that all the children have grown up. Okay, anyway. All right, so that was OZK is next. No, we haven't done ABT left. Okay, ABT is close to the bottom. Okay, I got the list. Look at this is the list from yesterday. That's the list from yesterday. Here's the list for today. All right, so we're on OZK. The call contact. Wait a minute. How often do you get the dividend versus just making it on options? I think this year, I've collected 3 or 4 dividends. I'm not sure. The call contract, do you sell that on Friday or does that have to expire? Well, I like it to expire. Now, by Monday, sell on Friday. Something to that effect. Just sent you my number. Oh, Dave, if you sent me a number, I will give you a call. I usually call in the morning. Ryan, you asked, all the call contracts, do you sell on Friday? No, I sell on Monday. I buy the stock on Monday and sell the call option the exact same time. It's called, if you're looking at the screen, okay, if you're looking at your screen on your computer, you'll see all these right here. This one right here, it's called a covered stock. It allows you to buy the stock and sell the call at the exact same time. This way you only pay 1 commission and you're doing it at the exact same time. And that premium goes into your account the exact same moment. So why do you buy 2 or 3 weeks off price? You mean off the dividend? Well, because stocks have a tendency to move up coming into the dividend. Sorry, I'm asking close the call option. Oh, good question. Now, on Thinkorswim, I don't have to buy them back. I can let them expire worthless over the weekend. Okay, if they're in the money, they can expire worthless over the weekend. But you can't do that with Robinhood. Okay, Robinhood, you have to buy them back Friday afternoon. And if you don't buy them back Friday afternoon, they will buy them back for you and send you the bill. Okay, so Robinhood's great. I do love Robinhood. However, you do have to buy them back Friday afternoon before they expire because they won't let them expire. Okay. Thinkorswim will let them expire. All right, I don't want to do that, so get out of there. All right, what are we looking at next? OZK. First thing I want to do, put into the calendar. OZK. Ooh, look at that. OZK right here. OZK is 3 weeks out. It's not next week. It's not the week after. It's 3 weeks out. The dividend is 35 cents. All right, thank you. Good to know about Robinhood. Yeah, it is. Sorry, I'm asking close the call. Yeah. All right, Ryan. All good. Okay, let's take a look at the numbers. OZK. OZK. This saves time. 44.20. The 44.20 would be the 44s. And the 44s are going for 70 cents. Ooh, I like that. Okay, so I like the numbers. Now I want to look at the chart. OZK. Now, as soon as I hit the button, first thing I want to see, what's the high? What's the low? Where was it a year ago? Okay, where was it a year ago? Where is it now? Any good ETFs? Okay, I don't do ETFs. Okay, so ETFs is basically giving someone else responsibility for your money. Okay, in most ETFs, ooh, before we go there, check this out. You ready? I actually took each ETF, the big 20, the top 20 ETFs. Hey, James, why does Robinhood make you buy the option bag? Just to get another commission. You guessed it right. You asked the question and you answered it all in the same question. I mean, all in the same sentence. They don't let them expire. I have no idea why, other than getting another commission. I have no idea why. Okay, so about the ETFs. Okay, take a close look. Here we go. The ETF holdings list. I went into each and every of the top 20 ETFs. Top 20 ETFs. I extracted all the stocks out of the top 20 ETFs. I then went into all the stocks on all the big ETFs, and I took out the ones that don't pay a dividend. These are all the ones that pay dividends in the top 20 ETFs. So if an ETF is paying you more than 30% per year, fine, buy the ETF. If they're not giving you 30% or more per year, do the stocks that are inside the ETFs. Because if you're doing a safe, secure, predictable, consistent 1% per week, using the exact same stocks that all the ETFs are using, how can you go wrong? Close to being able to use TikTok Studio. Yep, I need 10,000 followers to get to use TikTok Studio. I have no idea how to use it. I have no idea what perks there are attached to using it. I have no idea anything about TikTok Studio. All I know is I needed 1,000 followers before I could go live. Okay, now I need 10,000 followers in order to use TikTok Studio. If you need help, I can help. Well, Christian, DM me with your number. I'm always going to use help. Okay, I feel compelled at this point in my life to share what I know. Okay, and I'm looking for a small group of people that are dedicated and seriously want to do it. Okay, $100 a month. That's every single trading day. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. 9:15 until around 10:15. It's about an hour. Okay, we get in, we're done with our trades within 15, 20 minutes. And then we just talk about whatever you need to talk about. Okay, now from there, Friday afternoon. Monday and Friday are the two most important days. You can skip Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. They're really not that important. But Monday's the most important. That's when we do most of our buying. That's when you get the highest rate of return because you're selling time. You're buying a stock for $43. You're selling the stock for $43. You're collecting the premium. What time zone? The stock market opens at 9:30 a.m. in New York. It's Eastern Standard Time. Okay, 9:30 a.m. Now we have someone in. I feel bad for LA Soundwave. He's in California. He's going to jump on. And what time is that? 6:30 in order to catch the trades. But I have no control over that. The market opens. Okay. I generally think $100 is a good investment if you're not an expert. Okay, NGL. I have no idea what NGL is. Is that a stock market? You're in New Mexico. Carl, I always want to go to New Mexico. I drove through it once. Didn't thrill me. Canada. Connie, we have like 3 or 4 people from Canada. Okay, Jennifer's on here. She's from Canada also. Who else is from Canada? NGL. Not going to lie. Oh, okay, I'm not up to that. From Morocco here. Way to go. Reggie, she's from Canada also. Hello from Montana. I knew to get out of here. Yeah. Hey, I don't blame you. I'm a snowbird. I go where the weather's warm. We're just in the Boston area because the wife is having medical issues. Why not close out Friday? Hold on a second. What's that question? Breton, why not close out Friday and start next week's trade on Friday to collect the weekend premium too? That's why we look at it on Friday. Okay, 3:30 in the afternoon. We jump on, we see what all the numbers look like. Hey, Brian, whereabouts in Florida? I go to Sarasota, the #1 beach in the United States. Sarasota. Sarasota's big, floating around in the bay. All right, so Brighton. That's why we log in on Friday. We take a look at the numbers. You hear me say certain things over and over again. It's not a profit till you take it. Nobody went broke taking profits. Um, if it's at a high, it's not a time to buy. Okay, it's all about the numbers. It's all about the numbers. Okay, if the numbers work, great. We look at the numbers first thing Monday. If it's giving us 1% and it's a safe, secure, predictable trade, great. If it's on my list, this is not my list. Okay, this is the ETF list. Okay, my list is right here. That's my personal list. Okay, if it's on my list, it's not a question, should I buy it? It's a question, when? Okay, when I say when, that means, is it a good time? Do the numbers work? I'll look at Capital One Finance 4 times a year. Okay, I look at Comcast 4 times a year. I look at each one of these stocks here 4 times a year, just before the dividend. If the numbers work, then I'll do it. If the numbers don't work, say, well, we'll look at you next quarter. Because the second quarter is almost the same as the first quarter. So talk at 9. Oh, wait. Let's go back. What did he just say? Better numbers on Friday than waiting till Monday. Yeah, but you have to buy back the option. Okay, how much is it costing you to buy back the option and then sell another option? And what is the difference between that pricing? Is it worth it to buy it back and not wait until Monday? Okay, I'm not going to bicker about a few pennies. Okay, I want my 1%, and I really could care less about a penny here, a penny there. All right, I'm at a point where I prefer to watch the grass grow than sit in front of the computer. So you talk at 9:30 time, Eastern time, 9:15. Okay, we get on 9:15 because that way I'm done with the podcast by 9:30 and we can take a look at the trades that are up for consideration. Okay, Connie D, what do you have to say? If you pay taxes, you made money. Yeah, my boss, I used to complain to my boss, I can't afford the gas. He would always say, well, you need to make more money. Will the taxes take away from the gains I would get? You really need, or when anybody asks me anything about taxes, I always say the same thing. You need to talk to a tax strategist, not a tax expert, not a tax advisor, a tax strategist, someone that will help you set up your accounts in a certain way that best suits you. Because I'm 60, okay? I want my account set up in a way that whatever happens to me, everything goes to my kids, and I don't have to worry about probate. I don't have to worry about taxes. I don't have to worry about inheritance taxes. I don't have to worry about the legal crap, okay? Florida good for taxes for the folks from there. Yeah, I got that. Do you ever worry about the strategy no longer working if too many people are using it? It's 126 people here. I am 100% certain, 100% certain, if all 120 of us took all our money and dumped it into one of these stocks tomorrow morning, wouldn't even come close to what the hedge funds are doing, what the big boys are doing. Okay, when I say big boys, they do millions upon millions of shares. I do a couple of thousand. I'm not even close to the millions area. So no, it's not something I need to worry about. Will it ever get saturated? I seriously doubt it. Will not even do a thing. Yeah, more than likely. Yeah, it's like, if I buy, I think the most I've ever bought was I think 10,000 of something. Okay, when you look at the hedge funds, they buy a million shares of this. I think Warren Buffett owns like 100 million shares of Coca-Cola. He has a freaking shitload. Okay. All right, so where were we? I forget where we were. Ozark. We're in Ozark, so let's go back to Ozark. Now, the numbers for Ozark worked okay. I wish I knew how to do AI trading. Brian, more power to you. Okay, I don't like AI trading because I'm sure you're not old enough to remember the stock market crash. I think it was 87 or 82. I think it was 87. I think I missed your options talk. Buffett owns 400 million of Coca-Cola. Yeah, okay. So I don't think my 1,000 shares is going to do any damage whatsoever. Oh, okay. So AI, when you trust a computer to do your trading. Well, a few years ago, I think it's 96 million of Apple. Yeah, wonderful. So a few years ago, maybe 20 years ago, there was this big, they closed the market because they had what called computer trading glitch. That was when people had stop losses, the computer came and hit a stop loss, but then triggered another stop loss, which then triggered another stop loss, but then triggered another stop loss, and it just closed the market. I think it was in 87. I'm not 100% sure. Okay, but I don't trust a computer with my money. Terribly sorry. I don't. Okay, so people think AI is great. Good, fine, you do it. Okay, not for me. Me, I prefer to be in control 100%. But that's me. I write shit down. I don't even like computers for tracking stuff. Okay, many times have I hit the wrong button and everything got erased. Yeah, no thanks. I'm old school. I remember rotary phones. I remember dial-up modems. I remember busy signals. When the phone rang, you got kicked offline. Do you remember the War Game movie? Yep. I'd piss on a spark plug if I thought it would work. That's one of my favorite lines. I'd piss on a spark plug if I thought it would work. Anyway, let's stop chatting. Let's take a look at Ozark. Because I like the numbers of Ozark. The numbers look good. But let's see how the chart look. Okay? Now, why do I say let's see how the chart works? Well, I don't. DJT is like a brand new company. So they don't have 20 years of increased dividends. That's how old I am. Yeah, I remember that too. I have financial advisor. That's it. I'd like to be a little bullish and try a little on my own. Hey, Brian, it's not wrong with that at all. Okay, that's great. Gotcha. Okay, anyway, I want to take a look at the chart. Why? Because I don't want to fight the trend. I am new. I don't know what platform I should use. What platform you use? I use Thinkorswim, which is through Charles Schwab. Okay, I like this one because it has everything I want. Okay, now I've tried Ameritrade, didn't like it. I looked at Charles Schwab, didn't like it. Too much clunky. When I first got here, everything was clunky. Okay, so I found here they have these little tiny arrows. Okay, you click on a little tiny arrow, you can eliminate a lot of crap. And I only have on here what I like. Okay, there's a whole bunch of crap. When I first logged on, I had eliminated a lot of it. But once you eliminate, it pops up everything I need every single time I log on, everything I need. All right, so let's take a look at I already looked at the numbers. I like the numbers. Let's take a look at the charts. Okay, a year ago today, it was 35.11. The bottom of the year was in mid-May, and that was 30.81. Okay, 30.81. All right, I gotta apologize to you guys over here on Instagram. Okay, the wife had used the phone, and that's her phone. Okay, so you might want to think of coming over to TikTok because it's more interactive. I can see the questions over there. I'll come down to YouTube down here so that way you can see the screen. All right. What's the symbol for Ozark? OZK. All right, so we have our bottom at 30.81. All right, and that was back in May. The last 90 days. Oh, our high of the year was, all right, wait a second, is that right? Yeah, the high of the year was 52.31. Okay, and that was the middle of December. Okay, so 90 days ago, right here, 90 days ago. 90 days ago was the 90-day high. All right, from there, she drops down, bounces back up. Then the market maker took a big chunk away. Look at that. Market maker took a big chunk away. dropped down to the 90-day bottom at 40.46, and that was the beginning of February. From there, she basically just went sideways. Last 30 days, right here we go. Last 30 days. 30 days ago today was the 30-day bottom. I love the 30-day chart because by looking at the 30-day chart, it gives me an idea of what the next 5 days are going to look like. All right. So she goes up, she comes down, she goes up, she's on her way down. Okay. Do I like to jump into Ozark right now? Well, do I really like it at 43? I like to see 2 days to the upside before I jump in. Today was not an up day. Okay. Yesterday was a green day. The market maker gapped it up this morning. Okay. Opened it up higher. But the market, that's you and me, the buyers and sellers, we said no, and it brought it down. So whatever's going on with Ozark, apparently we didn't like it. But it has a higher low, a higher bottom. You see that? Okay, yesterday's bottom was 43.69. Today's bottom was 43.79, 43.70. Not huge, but it's still higher. Okay, it closed at 43.80. Okay, so yesterday's close was 44. Today's close was 43, but still the bottom is higher. Okay, Tyler, check out RITM dividend soon. Don't bite. Okay, Tyler, do me a favor. Does it have weekly options and 20 years of increased dividends? Tijani, how are you doing? Yeah, it is still in an uptrend. Okay, but let's take a look at historical performance. What does that mean? That means basically how has it moved in the last 10 years, this time frame. Okay, so we're right here. So, all right, so we have a little bit, a tiny bit to the upside, then it comes back down again. Okay, that's historical performance. Doesn't mean that's what it's going to do. It just means that's what it's done in the past. Brian, I was so upset when I learned of Spirit Airlines. Terribly sorry about that one. I have no idea. Spirit Airlines is not on my list, so I don't pay attention to it. Okay, so let's take a look at the numbers. The last trade, 43.80. Okay, 43.80 was the last trade. The bid, 42.18. The ask, 44.20. Hey, Sam Price, how you doing? Nice to see you. All right, so if I want to buy it tomorrow morning, 44.20. The closest strike price is going to be 44. All right, I'm going to lose 20 cents because 44.20 is the purchase price. If I sell it at 44, I'll lose 20 cents. Now I'm collecting 50 cents. 50 cents. Hey, Ellie Soundwaves. Nice you to show up, dude. I'm just about ready to finish up. Anyway, so at the money right now, the 44. Let's quickly open that up. Do some quick little calculating. Okay, so 44 is selling for 70 cents. Now remember, I'm losing 20 cents right at the top, so I'm only collecting 50 cents. Okay, so 50 cents. I'm going to divide that by the purchase price, 44, and that equals 1.13. Okay, 1.13% for Ozark, if you like Ozark. Okay, remember, rule number 1, never buy something you do not plan on holding for a long period of time. Okay? Okay, we already know it has weekly options, and we already know they pay their dividends. FAST, F-A-S-T. I'm pretty sure that's not on my list. F-A-S-T. That's on the list. We'll take a look at it. All right, next one. Everyone's been waiting for this one. WBA, Walgreens. Now, just to let you know, I do own Walgreens, and I've had Walgreens for the past 11 weeks. Fast turner, yeah, I know what it is. Oh, I wish I knew how to do stock, would have given it a try. All right, well, Sam, just hang out. It's really not that difficult. Now, my assumption, by looking at your picture, okay, now this is just an assumption. Okay, Jose, I'm going to tell you why I'm holding on to Walgreens. Hold on a second. Now, this one is for Sam. Sam, my assumption, okay, I could be wrong, but this trading strategy that I'm teaching right here was originally designed for my 9-year-old daughter. Okay, so if a 9-year-old little girl can understand and comprehend this, I'm pretty confident you should have no problem. Carl, thanks you for that. FAST is officially off the list. Okay, because I don't do monthlies. It's just not worth the time and effort. Okay, so Ozark. As I was saying, 1.13%, and it's in the money. What does that mean? Well, it means at this moment in time, the stock is 44.20. If I sell the 44s, that means the stock goes up, I make money. The stock goes sideways, I still make my money. The stock can even come down a little bit, and I'll still be making money. I love it when it's in the money. I can even go for the 43s. No, that's 43. I'd be losing $1.20. That means I'm making 10 cents. Yeah, no, the 43 is not worth it. Numbers just don't work. Limited risk in the money. Yes, that is correct. That is correct, Jose. It is. Your risk is limited when you're in the money. You have lower rate of return because the highest rate of return is at the money. That's the highest rate of return at the money when the stock doesn't have to move. But in the money, the return is a little bit lower, but has less risk. Alrighty. Next on the list, WBA. Now, somebody asked, why do I hold on to WBA? You're going to see in a second, and then I'm going to explain it in a minute. WBA. Now, WBA, Walgreens, is almost the same as CVS in almost every major city. Okay, almost every major city has a Walgreens and a CVS. All right. Now, Walgreens a year ago was $32.93. It topped out at $36.62. Okay, from there she stair steps her way down to the bottom, which was $19.54, and that was the end of November of last year. Okay, the last 90 days, which is December 26th, that was opened up at $26.28. Okay, now we have a double top at $27.06, once the end of December and once the beginning of January. From there, she just drops, slowly going down, and the bottom was today. That hurts. The bottom was today. Let's take a look at the last 30 days, and I'll tell you why I still own it. Now, I don't own it because I want to. I own it because I bought it back in February, the beginning of February. Okay? Better yet, let's open this up. All right, I don't know if you can see this okay, but here's my trades for Walgreens. The greens are the buys, and the reds are the sells. Alrighty, so I bought Walgreens beginning of February at $22.46. I sold at $22.50. I collected 35 cents, which is over 1%. Okay, it didn't hit my target. It didn't hit my $22.50. I brought it into the next week, $22.50 again, caught another 35 cents, which is over 1%. Third week, I sold the 22.50s again. Didn't hit my target, but I only sold it for 20 cents. Well, she kept going down, and then week number 4, 22 cents. Sorry, the 22s. I only collected 12 cents and the stock dropped. But I also collected the dividends, so that brought it back up. Then the next week, I dollar cost average down, okay, and then I start selling. So I've collected 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 premiums and 1 dividend. Okay, just so happens the premium I collected this week was 83 cents because I dollar cost averaged down twice. See, I bought some here, I bought more here, and then I bought more here, okay, which was Monday. Okay, so my dollar cost average is down to, hold on a second. Whoops. Okay, so my dollar cost average is down to 21.30. It started out at 22.46. Okay, I first bought it at 22.46. Now my dollar cost average is 21.30. So the price is coming down. Now, I don't mind doing it because the premium I collected this week was 3%. Okay, so I got 3% this week, 2% last week, 2% the week before. Okay, then 1%, 1%. Then a couple of times I didn't get 1%. Okay, but I'm averaging well over 1% with Walgreens. Please, what are you discussing? All right, Morgan, we're discussing dividend investing for weekly cash flow. How many shares are you buying each week? Mom, I'm not buying each week. I'm at my limit. Okay, I will only dollar cost average down twice. So I bought the stock beginning of February, and I dollar cost average down twice. So now I have a certain amount, and I'm not going to dollar cost average down anymore. I'm completely on board with your method, and I think it's pretty cool. Well, thank you. Walgreens, yep. What stock do you recommend for dividends? All right, Marathon Mom? Marathon Mom. Okay, what? I don't suggest anything. Right now he's talking about Walgreens. Yeah, right. I'm just talking about Walgreens. Now, I do own Walgreens in this account. I don't know. Do I have Walgreens? No, I don't have Walgreens in my other account. No. For JD. Yeah, no. I haven't started investing, but I'd like to start. When should I start? That's totally up to you. You say Hershey's? Oh, wow. Which broker do you use? I use Thinkorswim with Charles Schwab. Bearing the Black Swan event, I think your approach will be successful for everyone. Well, it is pretty successful for me. And yeah, they do have a Black Swan event when the stock goes down. Because once the stock goes down and you start selling options lower than what you purchased this for, that's when you come into the risk. That's when the, what do you call it? The buying of dividend stocks that increase consistently comes into effect. Because when the stock goes down and you don't feel comfortable selling options against it on the downside, means you just collect the dividends because every year they pay higher and higher dividends. Okay, so rule number one, never buy something you do not plan on owning for a long period of time because you just might. Okay, you might. Okay, now, did I want to own Walgreens for 11 weeks? No. Okay, but it's Walgreens. I have no problem owning it. I got 3% this week from Walgreens. 3% this week from Walgreens. I got 2% last week, 2% the week before. I'm up over, I think, 10 or 15% on just Walgreens. All right. And the premium for next week, because I'm now down at my dollar cost average has got me down to 21.30. So if I sell the 21s next week, whoops, not this one. Next week, the 21s are going for 78 cents. That's still way over 2%. But thinking about switching to Schwab, I day trade, take forever to sell sometimes. Yeah, I don't day trade. I used to do that a long time ago, but I'm at the point in my life where I want to, spend 10 to 15 minutes, then done. Why don't you include the premiums collected to reduce your cost basis? I could, but that's cash flow. Okay, I trade for cash flow. Okay, it's like I don't have an income. The income I have coming in is from my trades. Okay, so I make enough money from my trades. That's why my my portfolio doesn't really increase. Okay, because I spend that money. Because I have to live off something. When you stop working, I'm too young to collect Social Security, and Social Security is not even going to pay for my phone bill. Yeah, but okay. So anyway, all right. So that's WBA. Let's go to the next one. BCE. BCE. Who came up with BCE? BCE. BCE Incorporated. It's a monthly. It's a no. Doesn't TOS do it automatically? Well, they add to my portfolio, no doubt. Social Security is a joke. Well, it sounded good when they came up with it. 3M is next on the. Now I'm going to say no to 3M only because 3M doesn't have their dividend coming up. It is on my list, and I did have it at the beginning of the year. Okay, but I don't think they're having a dividend anytime soon. Yeah, it's not in April, not March. I think it's in February. Yeah, it's in the week number 6, 7, 8. Week number 8. RDDT. Yeah, all right, dude. Ian, it's got to be 20 years or more of increased dividends. Reddit is a brand new IPO, so that's a definite no. Do you use specific indicators or just volume and EMA? Woodland, no. I use the dividend calendar. Okay, when the dividend is paying out, that's when I look at it. 3M, we just looked at 3M. 3M's no. Interesting, yeah. CHV. What's CHV? CHV. CHV. Churchill Ventures. Are they even paying out a dividend, Churchill Ventures? Okay, dudes, remember, WBA pays such a good premium each week. Doesn't look like there's a big rush to exit. No, I'm not. I'm in no hurry to get rid of WBA at all. And I'll take it right into the next dividend payment. I don't care. Thoughts on BKKT coming back up anytime soon? Thanks for answering these questions. BKKT. Never heard of it. I can't help you out with BKKT. That's a monthly. I don't do monthlies. They're just not worth the time and effort. Okay, Woodland, see that? It's a monthly. They only have monthly options. Okay, I like monthly. All right, quarterly dividends. Okay, quarterly dividends, weekly options, and 20 years of dividend increases. Oh, CVX. That's Chevron, dude. Chevron's on my list. Really at 115. 3M's a no. Now Lowe's. I always buy Lowe's the first of every quarter. Okay? Somebody picked out Lowe's. L-O-W. Lowe's. There it is. 251. The 250s are going for 385. Ooh, I like that. Now, when does Lowe's have their dividend? Oh. 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks. 5 weeks. Okay, we're not doing Lowe's for another 5 weeks. But look at the numbers on Lowe's. Okay, right now, Lowe's is at 251.85. Right, the 250s are going for 385. The 252s going for 249. Okay, I buy Lowe's every quarter. It's just not time to buy Lowe's yet. Not for another 2 weeks. All right, did you have a chance to go over 3M? I had to step away. Yeah, we went over 3M, and 3M doesn't pay its dividend for another 4 or 5 weeks. Lows should be called highs. Oh, well, I don't even look at. There's no sense even looking at Lowe's charts. Okay, no sense looking at Lowe's charts because we got 3 weeks to go before the dividend. Okay, so they're at a high now. They have plenty of time to come down and then go sideways, and then we can jump in. Right? That's not worth looking at it because the dividend's in 5 weeks or 4 weeks, whatever. CMA. Ooh, okay. CMA. Okay, CMA doesn't have a dividend this week. CMA's dividend is the 2 weeks ago. Okay, we're here. Okay, we're here on the 28th. CMA's there. We're not going to look at that for another 7 weeks. Sorry. So notice CMA, CMCSA, which is Comcast. CMCSA. Okay, which is next Tuesday. Now, I already have CMA. Oh, Comcast, CMCSA. All right, keep up. We've already looked at AT&T, and AT&T is a no. Great company, been around for over 100 years, but the premiums are less than desirable. Sorry. Okay, Comcast, I already own it, so I'm going to take a look at it. And Comcast, CMCSA. Okay, one of the reasons why I like Comcast, they have 65 million people paying them every week. No, sorry, every month. Every month. 65 million people paying them every month. For what? A digital signal? All right, Comcast, $42.64. I really have no choice in the matter because I already own it. So let's take a look at the numbers. All right, Comcast, let's take a look at the chart. Move this over. CMCSA. Okay, so anyway, a year ago today was the bottom of the year, 36.15. Okay, a nice escalation to the top. See that? The bottom of the year here, top of the year there. What's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.5 months from the bottom to the top. MPW. Okay, so I'm gonna let you guys know now if you can like and share the live, because as soon as it drops below 100, I'm gonna call it quits because we got 129 people. MPW might not get to it because it's 20 past 9, and 20 past 11. I usually quit at 11:30, but I can hear the wife snoring in the other room, so that means there's no hurry to go back to bed. So as long as we can keep 100 people here or more, I'll stay on. All right, so MPW. Might not be able to get to it, but I'll see what I can do. So Comcast, the high of the year right there. Last 90 days. All right, 90 days ago today, opened up at 44. All righty. You have a double top at 47.11. Okay, and that was the end of January. From there, she drops to the 90-day bottom at 40.69. Now that was February 20th. Okay, so let's take a look at the 26th. Okay, the last 30 days. 30 days ago today, we opened up at 41.92. The bottom was on the 7th of March. 2 days later, we're at the top at 43.68. That's the 11th of March. From there, just keeps dropping and dropping and dropping. Now, I feel bad because I have some Comcast. Okay, now, I'm into Comcast at 43.42. And it's sitting at 42.48. So it looks like I'll be carrying it into next week. But nice thing about that is next week they're paying their dividend. So, wait a minute, is that right? Yeah. Oh, sorry, that's 2023. There we go, 2024. All right, so next Tuesday, they're paying their dividend. Not huge, but I can add that to the premium I'm going to collect next week. And hopefully, I'll be able to get out with with a decent profit. Alrighty. Yeah, because CMCSA 46.64, the closest one's 43. It's only 23 cents or 27 cents. Not worth buying it, but I already own it. So that comes back to my cow analogy. My cow analogy is to buy a cow and he gives you a gallon of milk every week. Great, you keep your cow. What happens if he starts giving you a half a gallon? Do you get rid of him? No, you just make do with half a gallon. All right, so what happens if he gives you a quart? Do you get rid of him? No, just deal with it. Because it goes back to rule number 1. Never buy something unless you plan on owning it for a long period of time. All right, so that was Comcast. Next on the list, BMY, Bristol Myers Squibb. BMY. 52.55. We're looking at the 53s. It's going to be a quick note. The numbers don't look good. ADP. Who came up with that one? ADP, automatic data processing. Wow, I've been doing this too long. These come right off the top of my head. Define a long period of time. Wow. Whoa, okay. KC, interesting question. Wade, it's all about the numbers. You're absolutely right. All right, KC, my idea of a long period of time is 2 or 3 months. That's my opinion on a long time. Okay, the longest I've ever held it, I've been investing for over 20 years. The longest I've ever held anything was 9 months. That's it, 9 months, longest I've ever held anything. What was wrong with BMY? Buddy Wally, the numbers didn't look right. Hey, Calvin Hill started following along. Hey, Calvin, how you doing? Okay, yeah, so BMY, the numbers didn't work right. Okay, it's not 1%, so it's a no. Sorry. ADP, 245. 245s are going for 255. So that does work. That does give me 1%. So let's take a look at it. When does ADP have its dividend? Not this month. Last month. So ADP is a no. ADP is a no. Well, it's not a no. It's not this week. Okay. ADP was in the first week of March. All right, 300 followers away. What's today? Today's the 26th. Not a problem. Woohoo, we'll get 10,000 by the end of the month. Wow. Okay. APA. Yeah. So it's not worth looking at now. APA, is that applied something? Oh, APA company. No dividends in March. No April. There we go. 25 cents in 3 weeks. Whoop, whoop. Yay, APA. Your thoughts on CCL? All right, Sangeeta, we'll take a look at that. CCL. It was a dividend stock before. Well, okay, what do you mean by it was a dividend stock before? Are they still paying dividends or are they not paying dividends anymore? Okay, when you say it used to be a dividend paying stock, okay, I like to have 20 years of increased dividends. All right, APA. Take a look. It is a weekly. All right, 248. Those numbers look good. Now let's take a look at the chart. APA. Interesting. First thing I want to see, what was the high? What's the low? Where was it a year ago? And where is it now? It takes not even 2 seconds. High, low. Where was it? Where is it? They are not paying anymore. All right, so that's a big fat no. Sorry. If they're not paying dividends and increasing consistently, it is a no. It's just a waste of time to look at it. Okay, Verizon and AT&T. We already took a look at Verizon. Did we? No, we'll take a look at Verizon. VZ. AT&T is a no. Sorry, my English is bad. Okay, AT&T is a no because the numbers just don't work. Their premiums they pay are terrible, just like Coca-Cola. Terrible premiums. Verizon, maybe. We'll take a look at that. Procter & Gamble. Ooh, I haven't heard that one. Okay, Congen Communications. You got to give me the ticker symbol because that one I don't know. Procter & Gamble. Sagita, Pula, Podel, all good. PDX. PDX. All right, we're on. APA was, oh, Apache. We're taking a look at APA now, okay? No, we're looking at ADP. Wait a minute, APA. We were looking at APA 33s. Oh, yeah, APA has the, yeah, we're looking at APA. All right, Apache has a dividend of 25 cents in 3 weeks. Okay, Pioneer PDX. Okay. We're looking at Apache. Cogent CO. Okay, hold on. Apaches, the numbers look good, the 33s, okay? Now, let's look at the chart, all right? CCOI, that's a no. CCOI, I'm pretty sure that's a no. Okay, so a year ago for Apache, 35.21. The high of the year, 46.15. All right, and that was back in the beginning of September. From there, she just falls and keeps falling all the way down. It looks like a triple bottom at 29.47. We'll take a look at that in a second, but let's take a look at the last 90 days. Snap, we looked at last night. That was a no. Okay, Apache, here we go. Apache, 90 days ago, opened up at 36.46. Okay, 36.46, big drop. Up, down, up, down, up, down, blah, blah, blah. Let's take a look at the last 30 days. The 90-day top was 37.85. The 90-day double bottom was on the 5th of February and the 13th of February. That was 29.43. Okay, the last 30 days. Okay, nice. Look at that nice escalation for the last 30 days. The 30-day bottom, 30 days ago, all the way up to the top. The top was today. AMD, I think we already did AMD. No, AMD's a monthly, I'm pretty sure. That was a no. Procter & Gamble is a monthly. All right, that's a no. Thank you for that, Mr. Carl. One less thing I need to do. Apache, don't get me wrong, it looks good. Look at it. Nice run up. Okay, today we had some profit taken. Okay, so Procter & Gamble, weekly or monthly? Okay, so Procter & Gamble is over 100 years old, and they are a dividend king. BA, Boeing, ooh, it's a weekly, yeah. All right, guys, it's past 11:30, so we're not going to add any more to the list. I'm just going to complete the list, and as soon as the wife's done with her cigarette, it's done. You okay, honey? All right. All right. Procter & Gamble. Procter & Gamble is a weekly, but we're on Apache at the moment, APA. Now, APA hit a high today. Today was a 30-day high, okay? But there was profit taken today, okay? Now, it's at 32.88 at this moment in time. I like to see 2 days to the upside before I jump into anything. Okay, we're not going to get around to MPW because we only have enough time for Abbott Labs, ABT. That's next on the list. ABT. Abbott Labs, yep. ABT is a dividend king. 50 years of increased dividends. How can you go wrong with Abbott Labs? ABT. Ooh, and I like where it is on the chart. Let's see what the numbers look like. Ooh, 112. The 112s are at 1%. At 1%. Okay, so let's take a look. When does ABT have its dividend? ABT. Ooh, not next Friday, but the Friday after. That is a possible triple play. I love it when it's on Friday because you get triple play. You know what triple play is?
That's Jen's specialty.
That's, yeah, Jen did the very first trade. Jen's very first trade was a triple play. What it is, you collect the premium because you buy it, collect the premium. You collect the dividend because you're buying it before the EX date, which is the 12th, and it's on a Friday, and you might be able to collect the dividend. Or it's a dividend, premium, and the difference between the purchase price and the strike price. So let's take a look at the numbers. Whoops, no, I'm going to go this way. Wait a minute. Take a look at the chart first. The chart, a year ago today, we were at 98.89. Okay. The bottom of the year was a double bottom at 89.67, and that was the middle of October. So let's take a look at the last 90 days. The last 90 days was the 90-day bottom, and that was 108.51. Now she goes up, pulls back, goes up, pulls back, up, pulls back, up to the top of the 90-day period. That was 121.64 on the 8th of March. I'm still learning, and I think I know what I don't, so forgive me for voicing what I did. Hey, Carl, don't worry about it. You know, we all start somewhere. I started 20 years ago, and I made so many mistakes. I lost so much money 20 years ago. It would be nice, you know, if people don't make the same mistakes that I make. I'm not talking to anyone in particular, Jen.
Hey.
I know the wife's giving me a hard time. Jen's her favorite. All right, so the high for the 90-day period was the same as the high for the 30-day period. So let's take a look at the last 30 days. Strike price on ABT. We're going to look at that. Hold on a second. All right, so 30 days ago, Abbott Labs opened up at 119.50. Okay, had a 30-day high of 121.64. She got sideways a little bit, and then she dropped. She gapped down. Okay, she gaps down on the 15th, and then keeps on dropping to the bottom. Monday was the bottom for Abbott Labs, and that was 109.11. Now today was an up day, sitting at 111.50. Okay, so the last trade 111.50, the bid 110.21, the ask 112.08. So apparently, if we're going to buy it, we're going to buy it at 112.08. And the 112 is going for 114. That's just barely at 1%. Barely at 1%. Okay? But you got to really like Abbott Labs. It's dividend king. Increase the dividends for 5 decades. What does the seasonality look like for Abbott Labs? What does it normally do? Well, normally, look at that. Basically goes sideways, dips, up, sideways, up, dips, side, up again. Okay, that's historically speaking. So for the next couple of days, check this out. You ready? Watch this closely. Okay, that goes to the upside for the next couple of weeks. Not huge, but it's going to the upside. All right, so let's go back here. And we get time to look at one more. One more. Altria. Altria, which is MO. Okay, Altria, MO. Oh, not this week. Oops. Okay, not this week. Actually, it was last week. Okay. We're here. No, we're here. It was last Friday. Okay, so no for Altria. Oh, maybe we have enough time for one more. CVX Chevron. CVX. Not in March. Not in April. That's no. MPW. MPW. Not in April. not in March, not in February, not in January. Do they have dividends at all? Anybody know that? Do you know when Meta is paying dividends? No, Meta doesn't pay dividends. So Meta is a big fat no. Okay, CCL. Are you done, hon? Okay. All right, guys. Calling in tonight. Wife's ready to go to bed. So you know what that means? It's my bedtime. Okay, Meta just started paying dividends. Well, let me know in 19 years, and then we'll take a look at them. Other than that, CCL not paying dividends, so not on the list. So for those of you, I will see you in the morning. I'll see you in the morning. For those of you that want to be seen in the morning, hey, there's plenty of room to join in. My dog is snoring. I don't know what that means. For those of you that are interested, the 10-minute trader, okay? Right here is our live, where we actually go live every morning. Thanks. Thank you so much for everything. Hey, not a problem. You guys have a great day, and we'll see you again. We'll see some of you tomorrow morning, and we'll see the rest of you tomorrow night.